Welcome to Storage with Libbie Higgins. Guess what? I'm Libbie Higgins, and guess what else? This is Storage. I want to give you an update here. It is 81 degrees here inside of the storage space. Couple of things up top. I have the door open because it is getting warm. I like the natural light. And the second thing is that there are people next door with tools, metal tools that are made of metal. And they're taking those metal tools and they're hitting them onto other metal things. Because this is a public storage space area and I am entitled to be here just as much as they are, I can't go over there and say, hey, stop, sir. I'm trying to do something. They're trying to do something too. From what it looks like they have a piece of a motor, maybe a carburetor or some other piece of a motor, and they're taking a hammer and hitting it over and over again. So that's pretty cool. So that's what we got up top. Love that I'm back in the storage space. We have been on tour for the past couple of weeks. Got home last Monday. And almost within a few hours of getting home, I had a pretty bad, I'm not going to say mental breakdown, but if I say mental breakdown, it'll make it easier for people to understand. We arrived to the house. I went immediately to the bed because I was tired. We had driven till very late the night before. And before I could even try to stop it or use the tools that I know to use, I was in full-blown panic attack mode. And I'm not going to say anxiety attack because this was panic mode. This is where my brain thinks of an intrusive thought and then I can't stop the physical things that happen with it, which is my blood pressure either dropping or going extremely high, my breath rate going up, sweating, a feeling of depersonalization, which always freaks me out. So it feels like I'm in a movie. And then it's followed by, why did my brain think that thought? What's happening? Now, I don't remember exactly what the intrusive thought was that set it off. And I'm glad I can't remember because I probably would go into panic again. But after the episode, after kind of calming down a little bit, I fell asleep because it exhausts me because there's a huge adrenaline thing that happens. Fell asleep, maybe for half an hour, woke up, immediately had another panic attack. Went through the whole thing again, fell asleep, woke up and had yet another. Okay, cool. Love it. What do I think prompted all this? I think it was a perfect storm of things that happened all at once. This was the day that there was an incident at a Nashville school that really freaked me out. I had been off cigarettes for 1 week, and I had been off the nicotine patch for a few hours. Coming home, sometimes, even though I was glad to be home, sometimes the transition from home to tour or tour to home is traumatizing to me. I don't know why, just because things are different. What I'm finding out is that I am a very delicate and sensitive flower. That's the sound of my insides being sensitive. The next day after the panic attacks, then went into a very bad depression and what I think was me withdrawing from nicotine. And that's enough to make me say to myself, I don't ever want to start smoking again because I don't want to have to quit and go through what I went through last week. I think with quitting smoking, because this is probably the third time that I've quit. I've quit twice for at least 3 to 5 years. And I've quit other times maybe for a week or two. But I'm on week 2. And it's awful. And I know it's awful every time, so I don't know why I pick up a cigarette after I've quit. It doesn't make sense. Why would I do that to myself? The answer is because I love smoking. Let's be honest. I love to smoke. I love sitting outside and smoking. I love driving and smoking. I love having coffee and smoking. I love talking to friends and smoking. I love to hammer metal objects and smoke. What I need from someone in the science community is to create a cigarette that doesn't harm you in any way, but gives you the same exact feeling that a cigarette gives you. If you're in the science community, maybe a scientist or a lab research assistant, or maybe just somebody that likes reading science books, if you could work on a cigarette that has no harmful effects, but also gives you the same feeling a cigarette does, I'd be willing to give you the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't actually have access to the Nobel Peace Prize, and I don't even know if it's an actual thing they give someone or if it's just something they print in magazines like, oh, this guy got the Nobel Peace Prize for this. What I could do is go to my computer and type on some sort of maybe a paint program, a Word doc, and type Nobel Peace Prize awarded to, and I would put your name for inventing cigarettes that is not harmful. And vaping, don't even say try vaping, because vaping actually makes me feel worse than smoking. Don't know why, don't know how. Not a scientist. So that's where I am. I've been telling people that my brain is sick. And the reason I'm saying my brain is sick is because when my body is sick, I have no problem saying to people, I don't feel well. I'm sick. I have the flu. And there's no shame. But when I say to someone, I'm having anxiety and depression, there is a little bit of shame, even though there shouldn't be, because people still judge that. And also, I think it's a kinder way to speak to myself instead of saying, oh, you're crazy. You're losing it. I'll just say, my brain is sick right now. My brain is sick right now. My brain will be better because it always gets better. And I try to be gentle with myself. Unlike the men behind me who aren't being gentle with carburetors or whatever they're hammering. We leave tonight about 8 p.m. as far as I know, headed to Daytona, and then we're headed to Daytona. What? Not Daytona. We're heading to Dayton, Ohio, and then Cleveland, and then Chicago. And before Chicago, there's another show. I don't remember. Maybe Detroit? I don't remember. Go to eatmytrash.com if you want to come to a show. Just know we'll be in Ohio and Chicago soon. I said Daytona. What a freaking idiot. Gonna miss my storage space, so love being in here. The podcasts that I did not in the storage spaces were fun and cool, but I like being in here. I like having my sign behind me that fell down and broke. Had to hang that back up. I just like being in here. I like the consistency of being in here. And seeing as it's only 81 degrees right now with a humidity of 63%, I can only imagine in the summer when it's 90, 100 degrees, how hot it's going to be. It's going to be hot. But we're going to stick through this together, yeah, yeah. When my brain was sick, I didn't listen to any music. That's how sick I was. I couldn't even listen to music. Music didn't have any kind of effect on me. Not even Pitbull. Not even Pitbull. When I leave here, I have to go home and prepare my cat Annie for going over to Maggie's house. And God bless America. God bless Maggie for keeping all the pets. Every time I spoke to Maggie on FaceTime, she was surrounded by pets. One time I called her, or she called me because I was missing Annie. Annie's laying on her chest. Kevin's right there trying to get at Annie. Tilly's over here snorting. Gary's laying on the bed. And then Millie's over on the floor sucking on a toy. Because that's what Millie does, sucks on toys. There's nothing funnier to me to think of Maggie being a rescue house for orphaned pets. I take that back. Gary wasn't there. Gary was with us. I don't know why I said Gary was there. Whoa. Gary was with us. And the thing with Gary is, I don't know if you've heard Gary talk, but Gary talks, and he comes through a crystal ball and can talk to me right now. Or if he's with us, he can talk. It doesn't matter. We've been finding out a lot about Gary. And at first I thought Gary was a pathological liar. Because, now they're drilling. I love drilling. Gary came up with some stories that I found to be so off the wall. But I'm finding that they're checking out. For instance, Gary admitted that he is, in fact, Voldemort. And he said, how did you not know I don't have a nose? Voldemort doesn't have a nose. So it's weird to me that Gary withheld the information of him being one of the most famous characters in a book ever. But, Gary said he's been Abe Lincoln. He says he started, he invented trains. He said he said that he was with God when God created people, is what Gary told us. And I believe him. Who am I to say that Gary's not lying? He does have a lot of information that only someone who would be Voldemort or Abe Lincoln or other people would know. So that's pretty cool that Gary is Voldemort. And I don't know if you've heard Gary's voice, but Gary, can you come talk to your Aunt Legs? Gary, you at your crystal ball? Hi, Aunt Libbie. Hi, Gary. How are you? Hi, Aunt Libbie. Just want to let you know that I actually was the inventor of the band The Beatles. Gary, you were not. Now that's just silly. I was actually John Lennon, and I wrote the song, all the Beatles songs. Okay, so apparently Gary is the inventor of the Beatles. I didn't know you could invent a band. You can invent bands. I invented a lot of them. Also REO Speedwagon. Gary, you did not. Now, if you could just imagine two mechanics walking by and seeing me talking to myself in a different voice, pretending to be a dog's voice. If I were there in their position, I would say, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're going to have to call the police on you, and they're going to have to come and get you and take you to the mental house because there's something wrong with you. And I wouldn't be able to disagree. Wouldn't be able to disagree. I'm wondering if I should stop this and continue this when it's more quiet. What else is going on in my life? Well, I don't know if you've seen the news. There's going to be a Trailer Trash Tammy cruise. And the cruise will take us from Miami to the Bahamas for a 3-hour tour. There's going to be a lot of activities on there, and tickets are, I think they're already at, yesterday when I heard they were already at 65% sold, and that was just pre-sale. And I think it's, it's more, of course it's going to be more expensive than a regular cruise because there's going to be acts on there. It's going to be Tyler Booth. It's going to be me, Chelsea, Tina doing stand-up. It's going to be, Greg is going to have some events. Chelsea and I are going to do like a Crystal and Tammy bingo. We're going to do, there's going to be all kind of stuff. So it is more expensive than a regular cruise. I don't know exactly the pricing. Go to tammyspontoonparty.com and check it out. I think it's going to be fun. I think everybody that's on that ship is going to be exhausted by the end of the 3 days because it's going to be nonstop party. I'm going to invite these guys, and I'll say, hey, could you just come and hammer on the boat for no reason? And it'll be great. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Paige will be there. Brett will be there. Justina, Officer Daniels. Some people have asked if Harry's going to be there. Harry says that he wants to go, so we will see if Harry shows up. My sister's going to be there. I think that's all that's going to be there. I think Rafe really... You see that? Rafe Williams will be there. When I get back from tour in 2 months, I need to do an overhaul of this. I need to clean out all the drinks that are in here. There's a lot of drinks in here. I had a cute little thing that someone gave me, and I was going to put it up. One of my friends that I've known probably, I think, 10 years, Chris, and her husband came out to a show, Joe, and she brought me the nicest Florida care package that had some of the greatest little gifts in it. That a couple of them I can put in here, but one of them was a alligator keychain because Florida has alligators, and it had a little neck brace on it that said, I love Aunt Claudette, because she remembers back in the day when I would do Aunt Claudette with a neck brace. So she put a tiny little cute neck brace on the alligator, and that just made me feel so special. Gotten some really cool gifts. Got some figurines that I'll put in here. Got a nice little portrait where somebody put Crystal and John Stamos in a little light up thing, which is so cute. Just a lot of nice gifts. And you know what we haven't got a lot of this year is Little Debbie's. And that's good because we were getting so many Little Debbie's before that we couldn't even take them all. We had to leave some for the staff. We'd take, enough for us to last a little bit. But we couldn't take them all. People are just so kind. People are so kind. People are so kind. Sounds like they're done over there. Lock it up, boys. Met a lot of people. Met several people that I've known since New Kids on the Block fandom. And you're probably like, what is that? It's just back when the New Kids on the Block came back in 2009, all the... Damn it, hold on. All the women that had been fans of New Kids on the Block when they were teenagers then recongregated together, and through Twitter and Facebook, we all became friends because we were adults that still liked New Kids on the Block. So it's pretty cool to meet a couple of those New Kids on the Block fans. And of course, they all remember Aunt Claudette, which is fucking funny to me, and I should probably bring Aunt Claudette back at some point. Aunt Claudette, Crystal and Carla are all essentially the same person. Oh, I love it. Drill me, Daddy. Okay. Alrighty. Absolutely love it. Love when he gets the drill up. You know what? I think I am going to pack this up and continue it maybe tomorrow when we're in Dayton, because we're going to go to Dayton. When we arrive to the theater, I might have a couple hours before that I could do this, and I will get back to you. So the next time you'll see me, guess what, folks? Won't be in the storage space anymore. Sorry about that. Love y'all. See you soon. Should I play the theme song? Let's play this. Ladies and gentlemen, we got two guys next door using the most loud power tools that ever existed. Come on down to my storage space if you want to get your car fixed. If you want your carburetor to get hit by a hammer, come on down. We will not be giving them any RBIs today for their behavior. There they go again, folks. All right, I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you in a minute because I'm going to edit this together. I'm going to take this clip and edit with the one tomorrow, and to you it'll feel like seconds. To me, it's going to be a whole day. To you, it won't mean anything. So I don't even know why I'm explaining this. I'll just say, "Hey, see you." Now I should say, "See you now." All right, love you. Bye. Hello, and welcome back to the second portion of storage. And I have something really great here. And what's really great about this is I can see that I'm recording. So I will never have to say, "Oh, I have to stand up and see if I'm recording," because I know I am. I can see it right here. It's called Switcher. And wow, that's like infinity. I am here live ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in Dayton, Ohio. Keep saying Daytona, but nope. I'm in a green room, and this is called the Victoria Theater, and it's really beautiful here. We've already done sound check. It's about 6:36 Eastern Standard Time. We have a show at 7:30, and doors should be opening any second now. When you see a movie and it's a ballet or like a play, they're usually sitting in a room like this, and the rooms. Okay. Generally, the lights are supposed to turn out, but for some reason, it won't turn out, and that's probably because a few moments ago, I spilled my bottle of Coca-Cola, and it flew and hit one of these light bulbs here, and it sizzled. Now, you can imagine that these are pretty hot because they have these little cages around them so that you don't touch them, all right? And when the Coke got on there, it went tss. That's pretty cool. What have we decided here today? We decided we are, me specifically, I have decided that I'm not going to sell merch I'm not going to sell merch anymore at the shows. And here's the reason. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but when you are selling merchandise in a theater, the theater off the top gets anywhere from 15% to 25% for no reason. If you're selling a shirt for $10, the theater's getting at least two of that. So we have the We have the percentage that goes to the theater. Then we have the percentage that will be going then to what's called Uncle Sam, which is usually about 20%. So that's 40%. And then I feel like I should be paying Tina and Beth because they're the ones doing the selling. They're the ones that are bringing the merchandise into the building, setting it up. And with that, that's another 20% each. So we're looking at, if you're selling a bracelet for $3 and you bought that bracelet for 70 cents, you're looking at no profit is what I'm saying. And I'm not in the business of just giving all my merch away because I paid money for it. So I don't know if I should do like a Patreon thing where I'm like, oh, you can have some of this merch, because if you're on Patreon, you're supporting me financially, and then I can send out a gift. With the gifts, though, you have to think of shipping and handling. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I would like to move some of this merch out of here. Maybe I'll sit down and figure out exactly how much each item cost, how much I'm giving it to each person, whether it be Tina, Beth, government, theater, and figure out what I'm going to do. And at no point has Tina and Beth said to me, hey, you should be paying us. So I don't want you to think that. It's my conscience, because I've never once, and I don't know why, thought, oh, I should be paying them. And I don't like that, because if someone's doing a service for you, you absolutely should be paying them. And I can't figure out if this is a thing where my OCD is making me ruminate on this. I don't know. I'm going to share a little picture of something. I don't have it right here, but it's a picture of a mural that someone made, and his name is Milton Coronado, and his wife, Sel, who I know. Together they came up with this idea to create a beautiful mural as sort of an advertisement for the show in Chicago at the Vic Theater. And when she sent me the picture of the mural on the wall, I thought it was like a mock-up. I thought, oh, someone created this in some sort of Photoshop program. And I kept saying, what? What is this? What is going on? Then I discovered that it's actually painted on a wall by an artist that does paintings on walls. And at that point, that's when I almost cried, because it has a beautiful picture of Crystal. As you can see, I'm going to display it here. Crystal, where he gratuitously gave Crystal the most luscious lips that you've ever seen. And if you know me, you know I ain't got lips. Look, let's put on a little lipstick. Let's make these lips look hot, baby. Whoa. All right, let's go ahead and put some of this on here. Oh. This is a lipstick that was made by e.l.f., I think. I'll hold it like they do on the makeup things. I like this lipstick. I think it's a very beautiful color. Anyway, back to the mural. It says, Chelsea Lynn, did you hear something? 2 fingers in a 12-pack. It has Tina's name on there. It's got Harry's name on there. And the reason it has Harry's name is because Harry's from Chicago, and he is familiar with these people that made the mural. He knows them. Just really cute. Just really nice. And I know at some point it's going to have to be painted over, and that makes me sad. But right now, I can't wait to go down there and physically see it. I want Chelsea, me, Tina, Beth, Harry, Milt, Sel, to all go down there and take a picture together. And Crystal. I want Crystal to get to get down there and maybe make a video. Let me just fluff my hair up a little bit. So how are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Are you excited to be Thursday? Because tomorrow's Friday for you. If you're listening to this on Thursday, tomorrow will be Friday. Wow. Let me go ahead. I had some voicemails lined up here I was going to play. And of course, they're not there. They're not ready. Put this bitch in Bluetooth mode. Connecting to Wi-Fi. Connecting to Bluetooth. Bluetooth speaker. Connecting to Bluetooth. This is called Roadcaster. Let's do some ASMR. I'm going to go ahead and play some voicemails for you. Hopefully they won't be too loud in your ear. All right, clapping, and we're going to play some voicemails now. I had to put you on pause there. Let's go back. This one's from Nick. Oh, my God. What is going on here?
And I can't wait to see you tonight at the show.
Let's start it over.
Hey, Libbie, it's Nick in Dayton. I just wanted to say welcome. I hope you have a fabulous time here. And I can't wait to see you tonight at the show.
Well, Nick, can't wait to see you tonight. If you have meet and greet, I'll see you. If you don't, maybe I'll see you. I don't know. Thanks for calling, Nick. I know you call frequently, and I love that. Hope you enjoy the show. I cannot see without my glasses. All right, this one's from a 706 area code.
You ever heard of the Hope Diamond? No, seriously though, I wanted to call and talk about you for a second, you know, how much everyone loves you. I've followed you since the Claudette days, and I found it so crazy that how much we've had in common over the years. I sound like I'm trying to date you. I am, but
hold on a second.
After you,
what's wrong?
Do you need any comp tickets in Missouri? I know you do. Columbia. Columbia, Missouri? Alex?
The only tickets I need is Chicago.
You don't need any. Okay, Sis is coming, but that's it.
I don't know if Sis needs some or what.
Okay. You already have the ones in for Chicago.
I had to put more in today because the people that were originally going to go all canceled, so I had new ones in.
He's got your email. Okay.
Thank you, Alex. Did you want to come in and say hi? Just say hi from there.
Okay.
Hello. All right, we just got a little bit of clout from Chelsea Lidd there. She came in the room to ask me about tickets.
that you were in ABA in that field, I was like, no way, because that's currently what I do. So I wanted to call in and ask, what was your favorite thing about that, working with kids with autism, and do you still find yourself doing ABA therapy with people in your life and yourself? Because I know that it just kind of bleeds over and, makes you a better human and a better individual because you're able to understand feelings better. So I wanted to ask you those questions and say thank you for being so open with everything that you go through as just a normal human being, because it's helped me a lot through my times of, struggle or growth. It's been really helpful seeing someone be so open and honest about it, and you're always there to give me a good laugh. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I love you so much.
Oh, honeys. I don't think you said your name in there, but thank you. That was such a nice message, and it was different. Asked me some different questions, which I loved. Hold on. Asked me about ABA therapy and teaching kids with autism. The reason I liked ABA therapy so much was because you could measure growth with the children, and you could see it. So if you're working with a child day after day on just something simple like, colors, matching colors. When you start, they don't know the colors, but as you go through it and do the ABA training and the ABA work with them, you can see, oh, they know red now. They know blue now. They know purple now, which to me is when I'm able to actually see and measure growth and learning, it makes me happy because then I'm like, oh, they're getting it. Oh, I'm doing something right. Oh, they're working hard. That's why I love ABA therapy. And then the next part of your question is, do I find myself doing ABA therapy with people outside of being in school? Yes. And I did it a lot to my pets. I will do it to Annie. I'll say to Annie, Annie, do you want to eat? You can say yes or no. And Annie's not going to be able to say yes or no. But yeah, it used to, when I was doing ABA therapy consistently every single day, it was definitely bleeding over into the rest of my life to my friends, loved ones, and pets. So that was a great question. I love that. Applied behavior analysis was what that stands for, I think. Who knows, though? It could be not. That was a very nice. I just really enjoyed that message. And you said you've been here since the Claudette days. That's OG. You're an OG. I wish you would have said your name. And you also said, have you heard of the Hope Diamond, which is such a funny bit that Tina and Chelsea do. Have you heard of the Hope Diamond? And if you want to know the origin to that story, you'll have to ask Tina because I wasn't there. They were at a museum and I wasn't there because it was a museum. I'm going to start See, I can push these buttons and I don't know what that is. Different things can happen. So I can put a timer up here and then I can press, oh, see, look at that. And if I'd had my picture ready of, look at this, watch. If I had my picture ready of the mural, I could have put them both on there. So see, there's me back again. Timer's done. Whoa. Let's play another email. I mean, not an email. What's it called? Voicemail. All over the place. And that's because in 6:52, I have to be on stage in like 30 minutes. I gotta get out of here. I'll play one more voicemail. 30 minutes. I'm not even ready. I haven't made my list. I have to make a paper list of the jokes I'm going to do every time I go on stage, even though I don't look at it. And it's always the same order. Hey, baby, it's Brooke. I don't know if I played this the other day, but we're going to... Whoa, it's so long. I don't think I can play it this time. I'll play it next time. This one says transcript not available, so let's listen to that.
Hey, honeys. Jamie here. I have a new embarrassing story to share. Just happened to me this past Thursday. Today's Saturday. So I work for a company that sells shoes. We have different websites, catalogs, and we have an outlet store. And I went there on Wednesday, wanted to try out some shoes, whatever. And I see this hoodie, and I thought, oh, I like that. It had a bear on it, and it was an awesome color, like a mustard yellow, and I fucking love mustard. Anywho, so I looked at it. Okay, it was a 2X. I'm a sturdy gal. I'm like roughly 6 feet tall. I don't know how much I weigh, but whatever. So I was like, oh, I'm going to try it on. I tried it on. Felt pretty good. I didn't bother to look in the mirror. I've been trying to get things that fit properly, quote unquote. I don't know. I've been getting things that, like, a size up. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like camouflaging. I'm looking nice, but I'm starting to realize, no, you don't look better. You look worse. Sorry, sidetrack there. So I was like, yeah, I like this. I went to take it off, and I had a T-shirt on, and it was a shorter T-shirt. So I pulled the hoodie up the front over my head, and I realized that my T-shirt had gone up with the hoodie. So my chunky belly was exposed and one of my titties. Thank God I was wearing a bra. Luckily, I was the only customer in the store. But shortly after I got situated,
Good grief.
I noticed a worker, he was like a teenager, up towards the front of the store. He may or may not have seen my tummy kitty flash. If she did a stellar job.
Well, it sounds like that got cut off because it was way too long. There's been many a time out in public where I have like, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt, and I do, and then I look down and I don't have any clothes on anymore. So I feel for for you, and I don't know if we already listened to that message or not, but Jamie, thank you for calling. Oh God, I just took my shoes off because I got to change shoes for the show, and man, my feet be stankin', y'all. Like I said, I got to be on stage in 30 minutes, and I have to get my list together. So I'm going to go ahead and check out here. This episode is all over the place, y'all. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for checking it out. And with that, I will say goodbye. Okay. On stage. 30 minutes. It's not a sit, it's dry skin over the dry zit. Okay, bye. Love you guys. Bye.